So, Loss of Innocence.
Is this where you're going to try
That's
and make
a
a joke
movie.
again? Yeah.
So, Loss of Innocence is a movie.
Okay.
And it's about a girl who loses her innocence. Like the piano.
Oh.
Kind of like Gremlins.
The best part of piano is when Harvey Keitel's naked.
He fingers that girl's tiny little hole in her tights.
Oh.
You get a bit of an erection.
Oh.
Just like Robert De Niro sticking his thumb in Juliette Lewis's mouth in Cape Fear, the remake from 1994 or 2.
I watched that film multiple times on VHS.
You dirty fuck. Of course you did. Yeah, you definitely
I just
did.
like the film.
You just like the film.
Yeah, it's a good film.
There's one part of that DVD that doesn't work and it's burnt by lasers because you keep rewinding it.
No,
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the Renegade Master.
Back once again with the Renegade Master. Yeah.
The ill behaviour.
Yeah.
This is Critapocalypse, a bi-weekly podcast in which we review media or stuffs that we come in contact with over the course of a 2-week period. We each have 4 reviews, in which those reviews...
Allegedly have 4 reviews.
Allegedly have 4 reviews. Allegedly.
I'll decide what I'm reviewing as I go along.
Exactly, there we go. So
Yeah.
that's just how it works. You know, we're pretty loose and happening guys. And
Yeah.
review number 1, please, maestro!
Well, because I've done bugger all the last couple of weeks.
Wait, who's all and why did you bugger them?
Well, they were asking for it. They dress like that.
I love the way you carefully phrased asking as if it was asking. As if you're like, they were definitely after some buggery.
Well, they dress like that, man. You can't help it.
They're just like Ant-Man.
Yeah. Anyway,
So escape hatch. That's
I'm going to do my old fallback of whenever I've got not many reviews of reviewing like a series so far. So let's go with The Flash, Series 2 so far.
I'm further than you in this, aren't I?
You're only one episode ahead if you've been watching the American ones, because they're like 1 week behind in the UK, aren't they? So up to the episode where... What happened last week? Gorilla Grodd. Yeah, that was a friggin' cool... Gorilla Grodd. I like Gorilla Grodd. Anyway, Flash is continuing to be fun. And that's what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Just a fun adventure thing. And I love that they're already jumping into Earth 2 stuff, because the cool thing about doing multiple universes in the TV series is that they can try out a villain, and if it sucks horribly on TV the first time,
They're out of there.
they can just do another dimension one later.
Do you remember Family Guy, where Peter said he'd like to own a bar at the centre of the earth? And the Rockman's like, I'll tell you when I've had enough. He goes, you're out of there! Yeah, that was pretty much my feeling when it came to the Flash.
Well, it's like they've done Dr. Light from Earth 2, but that's not the regular version of Dr. Light.
No.
So if they don't want to bring back that version of Dr. Light, they can just go and do another version of Dr. Light, which is fantastic, because who says the Earth 1 version of Dr. Light has to be the same as Earth 2? Who says what's her face who works at the...
Well, that's
paper?
the thing. If those words. Damn you, Krabby's ginger beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, if they don't want her to be Earth 1's version of Dr. Light, they could be like, there was another man looking into a laser.
I still want them to explain why there's been 3 friggin' Royal Flush gangs so far over the course of the Arrow and Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, and friggin' Gotham, which like
Gotham doesn't
ain't
count.
part of it, but they've done Royal Flash Gang as well, and they've done the Toy Maker.
I don't like Gotham.
Not Toy Maker, Doll Maker.
Yeah, I don't like Gotham.
Oh, that's all right. But yeah, Flash has been really fun. I still like friggin' Grant Gustin as the Flash.
I really like him as a Flash. He seems like a cool guy.
He would be perfect Peter Parker, like adult Peter Parker, like straight out of college, adult Peter Parker. I think he'd be friggin' good. But we're going back to college with Peter Parker, aren't we? Going back to school, high school, fucking hell. Because we can't get Pete Spider-Man out of high school. He's got to be a kid. Got to be a kid.
Well, in the comics, if they're following the Ultimate Comics, which most of the time they are with him, he's going to die.
Yeah, good.
He's going to die at 17.
But do you know how long he was in school for in the original Spider-Man comics?
Like a year?
3 years. And do you know what they called the episode where he left college?
What?
The episode fans have been waiting for. The issue fans have been waiting. They just got him out of college. But no, Flash has been enjoyable. They did friggin' King Shark for friggin' one...
Yeah, for
one
like 5
short...
seconds.
Yeah, but...
They exhausted the budget in that episode.
But for a second I'm like, holy shit. That's not something you get on TV. That's like...
I am constantly surprised by the special effects they pull out their asses.
Yeah, like Grodd looks alright. There's some bits where like he's climbing up walls and it looks a bit iffy. But the motion capture close-up stuff looks really cool.
Grodd looks like a CGI version of those evil monkeys from Congo. He does kind of look like that.
But he looks better.
But bigger.
Really harsh. But
they're
doing
bigger.
Grodd well, though.
They are,
really
absolutely. And their power sets, they are setting them exactly where they need to be.
Yeah.
No one person is a complete, like, I'll beat the Flash. There's a weakness that they show. And I love the team. I hate the fact that they've decided to make What's his name? Fucking Carlos.
Cisco.
Ramon.
Yeah.
That's it.
But he's vibing the comics.
I know he's vibing the comics, but they didn't need to do it so early.
I'm hoping that when it comes to Caitlin as Killer Frost, they're just going to have it be an Earth 2 one. Because I don't want that Caitlin to go.
I see that.
I like her too much, yeah. And I'm like glad they found a way to keep Harrison Wells around, because he was probably the most charismatic. It's the only time I've liked that actor. Like,
did you not watch Ed? We've already had the discussion about Ed.
Yeah, on Critapocalypse 4.
Yeah. We're going to have another discussion about Ed. I love Ed. It was a great sitcom. And that, the woman from Modern Family, the wife?
Yeah.
She was in
wife.
Ed. Yeah, she was in Ed. No, not Raymond's wife.
No, that's just from the other one. That's the same show.
She was in Ed.
Yeah.
And she was so hot in Ed, and I had a massive young person crush on her. You know when you tune in every morning, and you're like, I'm going to watch this lady because maybe today's the day I learn how to masturbate.
It ain't difficult, man.
I know, but when you're 14, you're like, alright, well, let's give this old rodeo a...
You just come and mimic a jackhammer. Like, fucking...
God, if you wrote the manual to masturbating, I'm sure we'd all be better at it.
A massive book and you flick through 40 pages and just be like a jackhammer.
Yeah. Just touch a dick. And then touch it again. And then just keep touching it for a good half hour. Yeah.
Crank it. If you feel like a cry, that's fine. Just cry while you do it.
If you're worried about how to do it, listen to a Basement Jaxx album.
Yeah.
Push it.
Keep your eyes open in case you have to move your head at the last second.
Yep. Yeah. Do not ever aim for your mouth because it tastes
unless
awful.
You want to. I mean, if that's
there you go. If you want to. Mine tastes like pineapples, but I'm a vegetarian, so that's probably why that's happened.
But The Flash.
The Flash season 2.
It's been really good so far.
What's your favourite episode so far?
See, I quite like Dr. Light, but they haven't done the rapey part of Dr. Light yet.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that on TV.
No.
I don't know, it's been really decent. The episode with Zoom the week before last, where Zoom comes over and
beats the living shit out of him.
beats the shit out of Flash.
He baned the fuck out of him.
Yeah. No, that was good. And my theory on Zoom is probably the most boring possible answer, and that it's his dad from the other world. And that's the most boring answer. But I think that's probably going to be it. Because you notice how they don't know where Zoom is, and then his dad turns up again.
I think it's the other Eobard Stark.
Oh, the real one?
Yeah.
The one that didn't turn into Harrison Wells?
The one who didn't have his head cut off by the king.
Eobard Thawne.
Eobard Thawne, that was it.
Yeah.
Not Sean Bean.
Stupid name. But, they haven't got a friggin' what's-his-face Eddie to kill himself this time.
No, exactly, because it's Earth 2. And for all we know, Eddie in Earth 2 could be the Flash. And that'd be great. That'd be a fucking awesome
Earth 2 Flash is friggin' Jay Garrick.
Well, as far as we know.
Well, he is.
Jay Garrick was a Flash before the particle accelerator. Yeah, he didn't say the particle accelerator gave him his powers.
I thought he did.
No.
I don't know. But it's proper Flash.
Yeah.
I did like the little reference they had to the comic book title with the Flash of Two Worlds, where they have them both running forward to save Patty Spivot, who's a friggin' lady cop, isn't she?
Yeah.
Lady Cop, the best superhero name ever.
I like the cute little fucking, the little scene where he's like wearing the sunglasses, he's like, Cisco, tell me what I need to do. Yeah. She's like, oh, you're blind. I'm a fucking detective.
That was pure 1990s romantic comedy sequence.
And it was quite sweet. I was like, oh, this isn't expected in a TV series because they have to speed everything up. But there was a long scene of that. And
I'm waiting for them to find an excuse to get Grant Gustin to sing again.
I love it.
Because you got to get that use out of
I think I have a bit of a man crush on him.
You're right.
Because it's like...
He looks silly in the costume.
He looks so stupid in the costume. And especially, the first episode, he was like, I got in a coma and it gave me abs. And he lifts his shirt up and you're like, those aren't abs. That's a weekend of a tough workout.
Tobey Maguire had abs.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire was fucking stonkingly big.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man. The first 3 Spider-Man films.
First 2.
No, Spider-Man 3...
I don't hate Spider-Man 3 as much as some people do.
It is shit.
It's Sam Raimi enjoyable shit.
Yeah. Sandman.
I actually like the emo Peter part that everyone hates.
I don't.
Because to me, that's like what an idiot would think is cool.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of...
I really like Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman's done well. Then
really
Venom
sad scene where the locket, that scene, for me, that was actually quite powerful, but I did like...
He's trying to grab it in his hand.
Yeah, and it's just disintegrating. I thought it was great. Yeah. Why do you need a lengthy explanation?
It's kind of crazy how like DC has got TV locked down, and Marvel has TV locked down in one area.
Yeah.
In Netflix.
Yeah. And also Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is alright.
Yes,
that's better now.
But when you've seen Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and you're like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't anywhere near that, and I can't see Daredevil or Jessica Jones turn up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it'll feel like you're watching... Like, imagine if, like, PG certificate RoboCop. It's like... It'll be like watching a really neutered version of what you know.
Yeah. I'd like for them to have a little nod to it. Like, I'd like them to be going through... I'd like there to be a scene where they're going through the superhuman registration.
Yeah.
Like, linked to Civil War. And, like, they're going through... What are these? These are C-grade heroes that we don't need to worry.
Daredevil's quite enough that the government may not know too much about him. Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, they definitely know about.
You sure about that? Because he took down one of the... it's like taking down the Mafia, yeah.
True,
it's a fairly big event.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, they definitely know about because Purple Man.
Yeah, and Luke Cage is like
an
experiment, but... Anyway, we'll get to Jessica Jones later.
Yeah, we'll get to all that shit later. But yeah, in terms of the Flash Season 2, my favourite episode... is so far, yeah. My favourite episode is probably the one with Michael Ironside. It was the weakest of this series.
Oh, yeah, with the... Yeah, he was playing Captain Cold's dad.
It's a very weak episode, but there is something about Barry Allen using his powers intelligently.
Yeah.
I mean, every episode they're
more
like...
Captain Cold.
You can run really fast. I don't like Captain Cold.
I fucking love Wentworth Miller in that show.
But in terms of what he did was disguising stuff that he was doing by being fast.
Wentworth Miller is literally like one step away from going, "Ice to see you." Like, he is just
That'd be
so
great.
close to that. He thinks he's in the 1960s Batman. It's amazing.
He does. And I've been watching all of that on Blu-ray.
Do you see the trailer for Legends of Tomorrow?
No.
And there's a bit where Heatwave's like they're having a fight in the 70s bar, and Heatwave's like, "I love the 70s."
Jesus Christ, of course you would. You remember it, you fucking old son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But I completely agree. Flash Season 2, it's hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a Tom Atkins if I knew what the rest of the series is going to be like, but I feel like I still
want them to reveal that Henry Allen is the Flash from the original 90s series, and that he got stuck in this world somehow, and he lost his powers, and it was because of his latent superhuman powers that gave Barry his abilities. Like, he was the original Barry Allen. I think that would be cool.
I wouldn't.
Because it'd excuse away why Barry gets the fast speed. Like, completely. Because everyone else has a very, like... They were doing something at the time that gave him that power, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He was just busy walking around some chemicals.
But he was always late. That was the ironic thing about it.
It would tie all sorts of stuff together. Plus, it would excuse away why the Trickster is the same actor.
Yeah.
Why What's-Her-Face, who runs the science lab, is the same actor from the original series. She plays the same character. It would excuse away all that sort of stuff, and it would tie into the multiple Earths thing.
I just kind of love the series.
Yeah.
I wish it was more of an island than it was part of a planet.
Not so tied to Arrow. Arrow's alright, but it's not as good now as it used to be.
It's getting better. Apparently it's getting better. I haven't watched any of the new series.
The new series has been better than the last series so far.
The last series was pretty weak because it didn't have...
They've messed up Ra's al Ghul.
They messed up Ra's al Ghul, and also they didn't have Slade.
Do you know what's coming up in the episode soon, though?
What?
Vandal Savage, 2-part episode.
Yeah, no, I heard about that.
And Vandal Savage is probably my favourite, like, underused DC villain.
Did you see the animated series with him in? Where he looked almost like... He almost looked like a Neanderthal.
Oh, no, which one? Brave and the Bold? Or
no,
in Justice League, they had him as the suave dictator-type character.
It may have been Justice League.
And there was an amazing episode where Superman had been sent to the future, and everyone thought Superman was dead, but... He's in a future where the only people left on Earth is Superman and Vandal Savage. And Vandal Savage is like, I fucked up everything. Like, I'm stuck here on my own now. And so he works to send Superman back in time to stop him in the past.
Nice.
From creating a series of events that would lead to Vandal Savage being the only person left on Earth.
That's pretty depressing.
That was a really cool story.
That's kind of like the Outer Limits episode where the guy, he's the last man left on Earth, but he's like, oh, at least I can read. It's like, he goes blind.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Anyway. You should review a thing, because we're 40 minutes into episode 3.
Jesus Christ, yeah, this ginger beer, Krabby's ginger beer, it's like you're not drinking alcohol.
It's made to our unique steeped ginger recipe.
Yeah, it really is. It's 4%, and it doesn't... well, we've been drinking Captain Morgan's white rum again, so, you know, the captain's in us. My first review this week is going to be something that you're not going to review so that we can talk about stuff in a more cohesive way later. My first review this week is going to be The Boy Scout's Guide to the Apocalypse, or to Zombies, or what is the name of that film?
The Boy Scout's Guide to the Apocalypse, isn't it? I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it's that Boy Scout movie with zombies. So yeah, I watched that.
Well done. Congratulations on watching a thing.
Cheers. David Coconuts in it. I actually kind of like it. It's crap and it's cheesy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an 80s horror film. So far this year, I've watched 2 films that are like this, and I wish there were more. The Final Girls had a similar tone.
That was last week, yeah. Last 2 weeks.
Yeah. To this. And what's nice is they're very campy, very in a time period. You can watch them and there's not a massive amount of worry about plot and substance and why this is happening. Why
you're not sure what to say, are you?
No, exactly.
Well, I'm going to go have a pee, so I'm going to leave you to...
Alright, you go piss. So the Boy Scouts Guide to the Zombies or the Apocalypse or whatever the fuck it's called is essentially the story of 3 Boy Scouts, 2 of which are on their way to moving on, and a third who's a rather rotund boy who believes that that they're going to be doing this forever. They're going to pass off their lineage and knowledge to the next person. Or next people, I guess. That's how you'd say it. And it's not the case. They're planning on moving on, going to college, doing all these advanced things, moving on in life. But the boy holds it very close to his chest. And I think that's because his father had some sort of tragedy and he's no longer with him. These boys find themselves in an extraordinary situation in which zombies are unleashed by one of the members of Workaholics, a fantastic comedy program that was on Comedy Central, I believe, in America. I watched it by DVD here, and fantastic. And altogether, it's quite funny. It's quite a funny film. It's very boyish humour, but I think that goes with the plot. Dicks and balls and arse, gently tugging at those banjo strings. You've got to really work the shaft and the balls. And then sometimes you just got to smile, because everybody likes that. Services industry. Don't really want to just leave people hanging. Don't want that disgruntled look on your face. And the film itself had a similar tone to that. I really liked it. It was stupid. It was silly. It was fun. There's lots of tits and arse humour. One thing that I would say is that the main character is quite blah 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 blah. He's just he's just bland. He has no wants or needs. He kind of fancies his friend's sister, and that's great.
Does he wish that he could have Jesse's girl?
Kinda.
I'm back, by the way.
Yeah, that's back. But yeah, no, it's a funny film. There's loads of shitty humour that you just wouldn't bother about, but other than that, it's like, yeah, I'm into this. I just let my brain fucking switch off for like an hour and a half, and I found it perfectly acceptable. I wouldn't say it was a great film. I wouldn't even say it was on the same par as The Final Girls, but it's a good film, and I would definitely give it a... I would give it a...
You should make the decision earlier.
I know, I really should have. I should have thought about this. I would give it a Christian Bale in Reign of Fire. It's a nice little treat in that film. Jared Butler's there, Matthew McConaughey.
He's quite buff in that film.
He's quite buff.
Yeah, lots of people get the shirts off in that film.
There are loads of people, including Jared Butler.
Yeah. Objectifying men.
Exactly. But, going back to Christian Bale in Reign of Fire, it was a good movie for the time. It's a popcorn flick. There's not really much going on. Why did Matthew McConaughey have to die? Such a silly death. And
that was before the reconnaissance, where he had very little stock. Before Tiptoes.
Before Gary Oldman found his footing.
More his knees, really.
Exactly.
That film literally has a man walking around on his knees pretending to be a midget.
Don't you Peter Dinklage pretend you didn't see it coming.
Peter Dinklage is in that.
I know! As a French...
Have you watched that yet?
Yes.
Isn't it dull?
I have it on DVD.
Isn't it way more dull? Yeah, I bought it on DVD years ago.
You know what I found most surprising?
Huh.
I couldn't masturbate to Kate Beckinsale being on screen.
Yeah.
Because every 5 seconds...
Bridget the Midget's hotter in that film.
Every 5 seconds it cut to Gary Oldman on his knees with the same sized arms, reaching out like a weird shaped E.T.
When he's sat on the chair.
It's like E.T. fucked Elliot and had a kid.
He's sat on the chair and he's got the tights with the trousers on him. And my favourite bit's where Kate Beckinsale talks about a midget circle jerk and how how she'd love to see that. I'm like, really? All right, love.
I've got to tell you something. What? Well, my family. They're short people. What, you mean like midgets? People.
Don't use those words.
Don't use those terms. Don't you say those hurtful words.
My favourite part of the film is when Gary Oldman walks into a room and sees Bridget the Midget being banged by the other guy, and the door behind him swings shut.
By the other guy, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. No.
But the door swings
in. She definitely didn't ask for that if it's Mark Wahlberg.
The door swings in behind him and blatantly hits his feet.
And stays open a little bit.
Yeah, because he's right in front of the door. He goes, like that, and it hits his feet and doesn't shut. Like,
do you know what's really weird about that film? Everything. It reminds me so much of the DVD I have of Dummy, the Adrian Brody film, where he stops talking and he starts talking through the marionette puppet. Not the marionette puppet, through the ventriloquist dummy.
With Mel Gibson?
Like the beaver, yeah. Basically, it's just the original beaver. Huh. I'm going to wee, because you weed. You do your next review, and then... Okay. Just get the fucking thing.
I don't know what to review next, though.
Just review anything.
Oh my god.
Review air. The quality of air is down.
Air quality is down, that is true. It has been mediocre at best around here recently. Right, well, I'm going to... I don't even think of what to review next. Oh god, it's bad. I'm going to mention another series that I've been watching recently, which is like probably not getting as much love as Flash, but Supergirl, which we're up to episode 5 or 6 of that so far. It's a lot lighter than the Flash and the Arrow series has been, and it seems to be very much done with a lot of kid gloves on. Sort of, it's afraid to push into anything not necessarily darker, but it's afraid to be a show for adults. But at the same time, it's light and breezy and it's fun. It's escapism.
Fucking scales.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But yeah, it's been an alright series so far. Just not great. Supergirl. It's just been watchable. It's just been watchable, man.
Well, yeah, no, it's definitely been watchable if you're blind.
I haven't got to the Red Tornado episode yet. Because,
you haven't lived.
Yeah.
Because
that's next week, I think.
It's so shit.
But I've been like, it's light and breezy and it's inoffensive.
Yeah, it's light and breezy and it's all smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Like, everything feels like, we don't want to show Superman. We don't want to show
apparently they want to cast a 13-year-old to play a young Superman. But I'm like, he was already Superman when Kara got there in the story, so... What are they going to do? They're just going to have a flashback to before Kara got there? How's she going to remember that? But, like, the show is, like, light and breezy and dumb, but it's, like, it's watchable. I can't
like, watch it. I watched the pilot and I wanted to fucking kill someone.
Well, I think if you could ever watch through Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, with Dean Cain, then you could watch this easily.
I can't now. I think it's more for kids because I'm honest.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have the teeth. It doesn't. Well, not saying teeth, but it's afraid to be something for adults.
It's afraid to have the balls to do stuff that would involve mortality. I think Supergirl should be. Supergirl's not like Superman.
Yeah.
Superman has all the Jesus metaphors and shit. Supergirl always had that level of mortality to her. She was always able to be injured.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think that's just because of the sexist regime of the 60s and 50s.
Well, she gets knocked out in the last episode. Because we got the episode they haven't shown in America yet this week. We got the episode where the train bomber, which they didn't show in America because of the attacks in Paris. They've delayed it. But we got it this week.
We should probably say something about the attacks in Paris.
No. But, because they had Mad Bomber in an episode.
Yeah.
And he blew himself up, which isn't Mad Bomber's MO. He tends to blow up other stuff.
Yeah.
But, It's like it's a series. I think if they could find their footing, they could make something fun and silly, like on the Flash sort of tone. But it's not really hitting there yet.
No.
And the villains are like, Maxwell Lord, like blatant villain right from the start. Like, Calista Flockhart's entertaining. She's being like evil version of Ally McBeal.
I kind of think that they wanted Trinity.
Trinity.
What's her name? She's in Jessica Jones.
Oh, Carrie-Anne Moss.
I think they wanted Carrie-Anne Moss for that role.
Maybe.
And they couldn't get her, so they got Clarissa Flockhart.
I like they got Dean Cain playing her dad, adopted dad.
Like, I wish she just played Superman. That'd be great.
Yeah.
No, it's set in the future.
Make it tie it to the original Superman series. Yeah.
I just wish it was super cheesy.
But Mr. Benoist is like ridiculously cute.
Why is she so underpowered?
Well, she's learning. She's
so old. Superman was running through fields 20 years before.
She hasn't been using her powers, has she?
Oh, it's so silly.
She doesn't know what she's doing. I like that she's learning and
she's not a fan. But that
trying out. I like the bit where she's trying to stop the oil slick boat and she uses too much strength and tears the front of the boat off and it causes an oil slick.
I didn't.
But no, it's entertaining enough.
Yeah, I think it's very much looking at the comics, DC. Very DC orientated.
Yeah, because Marvel tend to do really good long-term stories.
Yeah.
I've got the first 2 Ultimate Spider-Mans because it started off really strong.
I love Ultimate Spider-Man.
I've got the Silver Surfer collection of Marvel Zombies because they're funny.
Yeah. But no, that's fair enough. But I think you're more DC orientated, so I think that's more of your style of storyline. I I think that DC and Marvel have such a weird way of doing TV.
I've always said, like, DC's more sort of smarter written, Marvel's soap operas.
But that seems to be the polar opposite with the TV programs.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, DC, yeah, because it's CW, isn't it? It's soap operas. But friggin' Supergirl's not CW, though, isn't it?
But, I mean, like, your opinion is completely valid, because I've heard people that love this TV program. I just can't get into it. There is some... Well, but I've never liked Superman. And I always preferred Superwoman or Supergirl. And I always liked some, like, the comics and stuff, but it was always a case of sexuality would come into it. And not in a prudish way.
She's not Power Girl. Like, if she was Power Girl, then that would be...
But it was always just weird because it was always like, oh, I've been fooled by a boy.
The thing I'm finding super confusing, I don't know if it's just me, but Win, the guy at the office who fancies her, surely he's gay. Like, surely he's hella gay.
That's what I thought in the prologue.
He comes across as hella gay. Like, he doesn't come across as nice.
Super gay.
Yeah.
Like, you know how I think that they went like, is he a guy from Glee?
Yeah, I think he is, yeah.
Because
Teresa Benoist is as well, isn't she?
Yeah, because I thought that they went like, oh, Grant Gustin, he's from Glee, he worked out, and people think he's straight, and I'm like, well, yeah, because he comes across as that, because he's an actor. He's doing a good job as an actor. But this guy comes across, and I'm like, he's going to fucking tap dance up and down some guy's asshole.
I don't buy that he fancies...
And there's nothing wrong with being gay. It's just so weird to cast a character that's so flamboyant and feminine. He's really feminine.
He plays like typical...
Yeah, he plays like Rupert Everett in My Best Friend's Wedding. He's coming out like doing karaoke and shit. And, like, just fucking, hello, I'm going to do Single Ladies. It's like...
All the single ladies. It's got the guy who plays Jimmy Olsen. It's like, at least they...
Yeah, I like the guy who plays Jimmy Olsen because... But it just... Again, it seems weird that there's a strong male character...
Yeah.
...in a female superhero show.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't... He seems to have more superpowers than Supergirl.
What are the freaking... what's his face working for the DEO, the guy who runs it, who like just can't seem to stop his eyes glowing red. Like, he just can't stop that.
I don't get that far.
Now he was in Win. He's in Elementary in one episode. He's in a whole bunch of random things. Some show called Smash. Never heard of that. He's
Smash that pussy.
Big Cheat, Outliving. He's in 2 episodes of Law and Order Special Victims Unit. So,
is that the version of Law and Order where they only go after people with special needs?
Being in Law and Order is the American equivalent of being an episode of The Bill.
No, it's not. Justin Bieber was in there. He's pretty famous.
Russell Brand was in an episode of The Bill.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's a transvestite.
But
transgender person. I'm not allowed to say transvestite anymore, am I?
No, he doesn't. He was a teenager back when he did that.
Yeah, but he was a transgender person.
Teen kid. He was all like...
Oh no, it's David Tennant was transgender in The Bill. But no, I don't like the Supergirl series, but that in no way...
It's something that I can keep watching, but I don't think it's going to be brilliant or anything.
It's something that I absolutely respect other people's opinion on, but I can't just...
I can't see it doing anything like Gorilla Grodd or King Shark. And
I just don't like it. I don't know what it is. I couldn't quantify it. It's not the female protagonist being strong or anything like that, because...
She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. It's that character. It's just, I think that it's poorly written. Like, I think they are nullifying it, and they're
and Red Tornado looks like a Power Rangers character.
Yeah,
he looks like
a fucking Ivan Ooze.
Red Tornado shouldn't be difficult. You put him in a leather jumpsuit with a T on it, and you give him a bald cap, paint him red. Done. That's Red Tornado.
Don't even give him the leather jumpsuit. Just make him wear a jacket.
Yeah, just make him red. Like, red, bold cap. But they've given him, like, this helmet that's, like, made to look like part of his face, and then...
It's because he has a helmet.
Yeah. But I honestly, like, every screenshot... So there's one screenshot, which is a low-angle shot with a wide-angle lens, and I honestly expect it to cut to Rita Repulsa saying, "Magic Staff, make my monster grow." Like...
I expect him to be controlling the putties.
Good old putties.
Good old putties. But yeah, no, I...
They're a reliable workworse. They do what you ask them to do. They're not very good at it, but...
No. That was the racist jungle people noise that they made. Terrible.
Jungle people.
Jungle people.
We're not going to talk about the Black Ranger here today. Oh dear.
No, when I say jungle people, I mean of any fucking race.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Jesus Christ, alright. Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Anyway, you review something, because that was just a filler review.
That was really weird. I went to a weird place. I'm going to review the Nazi Zombie Trilogy for Xbox One. It's a game.
What? Is that download content for Call of Duty, isn't it?
No. The Nazi Zombie Trilogy is a trilogy of games based on the Sniper Elite engine.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean,
you remember
yeah.
the side games? It was £20 on base.com.
I'm fucking terrible at Sniper Elite.
I'm really good at Sniper Elite, but I'm just not very good on PC.
I've got Sniper Elite V2 and I can't get off the third level.
Yeah, it's fucking... I tried playing it on PC and I was terrible, but I've completed Sniper Elite 3 on the Xbox One on hardest difficulty, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? But anyway, this is a collection of the side games they made where you essentially had alternative histories where Hitler's development in the occult went right instead of just producing monsters.
Good for him.
Yeah. And he produced a bunch of monsters. He made a bunch of zombies, and you are the... you pick from one of 8 characters. There's 4 female, 4 male, and each one has some sort of hand in creating these monsters, and you are, for some reason, surviving in the situation, decided that you're going to kick back, fight back against the Nazis, just like the 3 ninjas at High Noon, or Mega Mountain. Yeah. With
Hulk Hogan.
Ernest and Hulk
Hogan and Ernest, yeah, Jim Varney.
Jim Varney, God
Hulk
rest
Hogan in
his
the wig.
soul.
There was 2 weeks in WCW where Hulk Hogan turned up wearing the wig because the film was coming out, and for whatever reason he wanted to try and convince us that his hair had grown back.
Jesus Christ, alright.
Oh yeah, we're not meant to mention Hulk Hogan, he's a racist now.
He's a fucking dick.
But never mind, WWE will keep mentioning Donald Trump, who has gone full-blown fascist.
Donald Trump is pretty much loading up his cannon and firing at fucking whoever wants to stand there.
Because I can't see any problem with wanting to register every single Muslim person in America and put tags on them.
Why are we bombing Syria when we're just killing hundreds of innocents?
War.
Yeah.
Bombs sound good.
Yeah, war. Let's bomb some hospitals.
It's fucking crazy
Fucking
that Doctor Who
stupid.
2 weeks ago had the biggest Syria allegory done.
Yeah, I saw the
entirely about
aliens hidden
refugees.
away and stuff.
Yeah, and the whole, at the end of the day, doesn't matter what you bomb, we've all just got to get down to doing what we should have done from the beginning, which is just talk.
Yeah.
And do you know what thinking is? It's a funny word for changing your mind.
It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, Paris was a tragedy that touched us all in some way, shape or form. I'm incredibly upset that the human race and the large quantity of lives that we lost on that day was incredibly sad. I think that everything that happened on that day didn't need to happen. I know the reasons it happened can't be justified, but some way they can be understood. Us bombing people without any real reason.
Why is it only terrorism when white people are getting blown up? Why is it not terrorism when we blow up friggin' random Syrian civilizations and then turn away the refugees from our door when they come running back wanting help?
It all seems far too based on colour-coded bad guys. It seems like we're playing a game of Call of Duty and someone's dictated to us who is the bad guy and who isn't. What's happening in the world right now is incredibly sad and fucking unfortunate, and we don't support the bombing of anyone in Syria. I don't think that it's the way to go forward.
I'd support the bombing of Donald Trump.
Yeah, we can vote on that one.
Yeah. What were you reviewing?
I was reviewing Nazi Zombie Trilogy. It's a good game for 20 quid. It's a good distraction. I'd recommend it. I wouldn't recommend bombing Syria and making more terrorists. That's a bad idea. We should probably try and help the people from there and understand their religion. They're scared, and it's not very nice the things that we're doing to them. Bombing schools and hospitals are not the way to win a war. We're a civilized society now. We should probably be able to talk to these people and realise that whilst we have massive guns that can fire at other countries, they do not, and they are attacking the only way they know how, and that's with bombs. It's not very pleasant, and it's not very popular to think that way, but I really do think that that's probably why these people are so scared, and they're doing these horrible, drastic things. Your review, Ant! After that somber
Did
time.
you even talk about zombies?
I did. Oh yeah, sorry. No, I've got to give it a score. I'll give it Harvey Keitel. It's really good in the 70s, but right now it's probably not what we need. Nazi Zombie Trilogy. It's a fun distraction. You can always watch Taxi Driver if you want to see Harvey Keitel at his best, and that's kind of like that. If you want to shoot some zombies, this is a great way to do it. But if you don't, then I probably wouldn't recommend it. Just Cause 3 is out next week. Get that.
I want Just Cause 3.
Just Cause 2 is coming out free with the Xbox One version. Gotham, I believe the darkness. I was bored of this.
You only adopted the darkness. I was born into it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember from that film.
I wondered what would break first. The man was your mind or your body.
I just couldn't believe how shit Dark Knight Rises was when I saw it.
I really want a taco. vegetarian, please. Anne Hathaway is incredibly attractive. I need a cat suit right now. Oh, Johnny O'Goon.
What would happen if I pulled off your mask? It would be very painful for you.
I will never show my face, despite you wondering what I look like.
Bane impressions, very timely.
It is. Well, your review, Ant.
I'm going to review With Bob and David. The new... It's Mr. Show. I mean, it ain't no show, mister, but it's Mr. Show.
I didn't miss a show.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah.
It was Bob and Dave.
And I really enjoyed it because it was silly and dumb. And it had a really nice framing structure to each episode, which is very Mr. Show-esque, to tie all the sketches together into one long thing. But for 4 episodes, I just wanted more. I wasn't done. When those 4 episodes were up, and that hour-long documentary comes on at the end, and I'm like, I'm not done yet, I want more.
Got a boogie in my hand.
Oh, sexy.
It's really gross, man.
But
You can put that in the can.
yeah, With Bob and David is basically Bob Odenkirk and David Cross's return to sketch comedy.
It's in the booger can.
Sexy. But there isn't much good sketch comedy around nowadays. It's kind of all just been... Like, we went through a phase where Little Britain was meant to be the height of sketch comedy. Yeah, like when really it was friggin' Monkey Dust was the height of sketch comedy.
Or Wonder Chosen.
Wonder Chosen's fucking amazing, yeah. Mm-hmm. But With Bob and David is like a return to that sort of thing, and it's a little bit changed. On
Wonder Chosen?
White people, yay!
The veterans. That's the great. It was
patience,
like the A-team.
Patience. All hail Lord Crowdor.
Why don't you shake my hand? This man's touching children.
But With Bob and David had the same sort of like, they always skirt the edge of being offensive. They sort of just avoid it.
Yeah.
Like having the film Better Roots, which was fucking that was genius.
Yeah, the idea of a racist is someone who's trying to.
You've only watched the first 3, haven't you? And I can't remember which sketches were in the 4th episode.
Well, the first episode's...
The whole one was based around the poker game where they all talk about what they want to do.
It's like the greatest phone ever. Yeah, you can watch porn all the time. It will never infringe on your
one
data.
sketch which cracked me up loads was meant to be this YouTuber who's trying to show you how to deal with police when they harass you. And he keeps going through this checkpoint, and they're like, yeah, it's fine, just go through. And every time, it's got the guy, one of the guys from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Whichever Key, whatever it is. But eventually, he gets so desperate, he blackfaces himself and tries to go through, and the guy's like, what the hell, man? Just drags him out, and they start, like, macing him in the face. He just starts throwing up on the floor.
Key and Peele has one of my favourite sketches since the Chappelle Show.
Is it the one where they're reading out the names in the class?
No, it's where they've got the 2 guys working in a cubicle, and one guy is flamboyantly gay, and he's like, I'm just going to drink from a penis straw. I'm going to blow my penis whistle. I was fucking this guy on the weekend, and he just blew my arsehole out. I've got a prolapsed arsehole now.
Sexy.
And like, he's just saying all these offensive things. I think it's Peel that's saying all the offensive things. And then Key's like, can you just stop it? And he goes, because I'm a gay man. It's because I'm a gay man. You're telling me to stop expressing myself from my penis straw, my penis pen, my penis ringtone. It's like penis. And he's like, no, I'm just saying this because it's not appropriate in the workplace. He goes, so you think I'm some kind of dickhead? Okay, no, that's fine. I'll calm it down. I'll just take it down. All my decorations got these penis slices, takes them down. And then Key's like, look, I'm gonna go to lunch. Do whatever you want. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. And as he's going out the cubicle, his boyfriend walks up and meets him, and he gives him a kiss on the lips. He's like, how you doing? He goes, I'm fine. It's it's a tough day. I don't mean to be, just having one of those days. It's fine. Let's go. And they walk out, and then it cuts to Peel, who's taking down the penis slice, and he's just like, so I'm just an arsehole. Fuck. It was great. It was a really great sketch.
Yeah.
It's even better if you watch it for real instead of just listen to me annotate it.
Yeah. One thing I noticed with Bob and David, there was like little tiny hints of Tim and Eric's sense of humour. They produced the show. It was their production.
I did wonder. I fucking wondered because shit like the really low budget Time Machine.
Yeah.
It reminded me so much of
the
Tim
real
and
Time
Eric.
Machine.
Yeah, it's like Tim and Eric.
They used to use a dehyphenator.
Is it Tim and Eric go? Oh no, Tim goes to the mayor. Tom goes to the mayor.
Tom goes to the mayor. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's Tom goes to the mayor. You remember the submarine episode? It reminded me so much of that. Just the fucking framing and the design of everything.
Well, there's all the things like the intro sequence, the animation on the title sequence is like pure Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
The weirdness, the music, it's the weirdest intro sequence I've seen for a show for years.
Up and down with me, because it changed each episode, didn't it?
Did you notice how every episode starts off with someone saying this isn't funny?
Yeah.
Which I thought was that's funny.
And it starts with a live audience, but then the audience never come back.
They shot a load of the sketches in front of a live audience, but pretty much anything that was outside wasn't.
Yeah.
And they played it, but anything that was in a set was filmed there. So like all the news report moments, the hospital bed, stuff like that was all shot in front of a live audience.
That's crazy.
The making of documentary you see at the end shows them like basically they would play a video sequence, then they'd cut straight to like even if the video sequence into cuts like the Better Roots sequence. It would be the guy in the set doing his sketch, and then they'd show the clip on the screen. And then go back to the sketch, and in between that, while they're doing the set dressings, can't remember his name, the guy who's like sort of an American version of Matt Berry.
Yeah.
He was going around, walking around doing his whole... He's doing comedy acts in between to keep the crowd entertained before they go to the next sketch. But they shot like the whole thing in a couple of weeks, apparently. Like, just did it all in a couple of shows. But I really like the format, and it really worked. And
Bob Odenkirk actually is between Better Call Saul as well, didn't he? Yeah.
It's friggin' Odenkirk's gradually become someone I like really interested in.
What?
Like, more than I ever used to be.
He's an interesting guy because he really believes in the films he makes.
Yeah.
But they aren't
He's
funny.
a shockingly good actor as well sometimes.
But they aren't funny films.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Kung Pao. Loads of people love that.
I hated Kung Pao. And
Yeah.
I hated Let's Go to Prison.
Oh, yeah.
I hated so many of his films. And then he
Let's Go to Prison was with is it Rob Schneider?
Yeah, no. It's Dax Shepard.
It's got Thingy from Arrested Development in, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it as well.
And
it's not very good.
No.
It's just not very good. He believes in it. If you listen to things like Doug Loves Movies, he really believes in those films, but it's just not there. His passion's there, but the film is just not.
Well, I think this was like them doing a really good job.
I need to wee again.
Really?
I need to wee again. I've got no bladder control. We've been drinking so fucking much, right?
Oh, God.
We've gone through almost an entire bottle of rum. Just stall them.
I was about to hand the review over to you.
Stall them for a second.
Oh, my God. With Bob and David is really worth watching. It's a lot of fun. It's a bit absurdist. It skirts the edge of being offensive at times. But it's got that Bob Odenkirk and David Cross charm. Friggin' thingy Posehn. Eric Posehn? Yeah. No, Eric Wareheim. Well, the Posehn guy. Him. He's in it. It's really good. And I'll just gotta wait for Matt to come back, because I was going to have a wee as well. I really need to have a wee. We drank like multiple glasses of rum and coke, and now we're drinking ginger beer. Krabby's ginger beer. In the 1800s, the Scottish pioneer John Krabby created unconventional drinks by combining exotic spices from the Far East with the finest steeped ginger. Today, Krabby's alcoholic ginger beer comes in a wide variety of flavours, but still retains the same pioneer and adventurous spirit of its founder. It's that spirit that makes Krabby's drinks genuinely surprising and unique. We call it refreshingly adventurous.
Are we trying to get sponsored by Krabby's? That'd be awesome. If Krabby's want to sponsor us and give us more alcohol, we'll talk about you more.
You need to review something while I have tea.
I am... You fucking hypocrite. You son of a bitch. Alright, my third review? My third review this week is going to be Star Wars Battlefront. Or, as I like to call it, Battlefronting. Insert laughter, guys. Or your own. Who gives a fuck nowadays? So Star Wars Battlefront is Battlefield 4 with Star Wars characters and less weapons and more Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and other people you probably don't recognise from the... Boba Fett. Boba Fett's in there. Shit, yeah. He's a bounty hunter, so surely he should be neutral. He can play as either side. But anyway, that's besides the point. It's a fucking game where you shoot people and they're wearing like plastic helmets. It's pretty crazy. It's funny. Funny the things that we played. To waste our time on this earth as we ever spiral the drain, slowly drifting towards the inevitable end of our existence. Do you ever contemplate life, the universe, and everything in between? Sometimes I clean the middle of my toes, and there's stuff in there. I don't know how it gets there. It's not sock fluff. It's something else. It's not dirt. I don't really know what it is. I call it toe germ, but there's no Earl, and I feel like there's more Earl that's needed in the world. What do you guys think? No? No? Well, so I was thinking of dream Marvel films I'd like to see, and Doctor Strange has already been made, so it can't be that, but I was thinking about things like Man-Thing, And there's a film for Man-Thing, and it's fucking shit. So I think that we should do it right, and just have this giant elemental beast that wreaks havoc in the world, and then Iron Man comes and shoots it. It'd be fucking great. It'd be original. No one would see it coming. Matt Berry can play Iron Man, because I don't think Tom Hanks is going to do it for much longer.
Tom Hanks,
and and also Thor, played by Mel Gibson. It's not working out for a lot of people since he called that male police officer who was Jewish sugar tits. The world in general just is kind of messed up like that, right?
Weren't you talking about Star Wars Battlefront when I left?
Rene Russo would be a great Jessica Jones, said Time, and I am one to agree. I give Star Wars Battlefront a Mark Hamill. Plays the Joker. This game's no joke. It's a game of life. Better get down.
Have you actually said anything about Star Wars Battlefront while I was out of the room?
There's lasers.
There's lasers.
It's definitely some lasers. Major lasers. Terry Crews. Good night, people. It's your turn.
Oh.
Go for it.
Well, you're reviewing Jessica Jones next, right?
Well, we can both review both the things, because you're going to do Masters of Nothing.
Masters of None. Well, I can't do Jessica Jones if you're doing Jessica Jones.
Well, we can both talk about both those things. So the next two reviews are going to be joint reviews. Anyone got a problem with that? Because you got a problem with that, you got a problem with me.
We'll wait around until this is published to find out.
We'll wait for someone to answer and be like, fuck you both, you fucking
It's going to
did.
be like a 50-hour long podcast. It's going to be published while we're recording it.
The seventh person to follow us is going to be like, well, fuck you guys, I'm done. Alright, so...
Masters of None.
By
Aziz Ansari.
By Azazazata.
It's an excellent look at young adult, well, I say young adult, 30-something lifestyle in the modern age. Millennials, yeah.
They call them.
Every single episode is built around some sort of philosophical conflict. Like, he's having some sort of problem that it was something he's come across in his life, and he's trying to understand it better. And a lot of it's done through the jokes and the humour and the discussing with other characters. Really nice, wide-ranging cast of characters, which is pretty typical of Netflix stuff right now.
Yeah.
They're really good at that. Plus, it's got Eric Wareheim in it.
We were going to talk about Tim and Eric, and then Tim is in
Eric
the other thing, and Eric's in the new thing.
Yeah, Eric Wareheim is always brilliant to see. When he gets on his bouncy castle and takes the kid out. But yeah, the show's just like brilliantly written, well made, beautifully shot. Like
deep as hell.
Yeah. That looks like it's shot on film for sure. Like it's all proper widescreen as well, which is so rare.
It's the most contrasting thing I've ever seen. Because it's a shallow character, very shallow character, looking for depth.
Yeah.
In a program that's shot with so much of it. Like if you watch, I watched this on the NVIDIA Shield TV thing that I've got in 4K, and the stuff they've picked up on that series, just like people in the background noticing Anziz, and they ignore him, and then you've got people having conversations, and you can kind of hear the bar conversations clearly.
Yeah.
So it's a really strange program in that sense.
It's just brilliantly made. Like, it has a really nice depiction of relationships. I love it's set over like 2 years.
Yep.
It just kind of has that whole episode that's like spread over the course of a year, and there's other times that have spread about.
It almost helped me.
Yeah, that whole the whole episode where they're like,
it's just their relationship.
Yeah, it's really well done. He starts to use the pasta maker in the end. Friggin' Colin, what's his face, having a cameo in one episode. Can't remember his friggin' surname. He was in Arrow. He's supposed to be the lead in the film, and he's like in that one episode where he's like trying to get Colin something or the other, but he's like trying to get Aziz to write a film script with him about him turning into a car, and then he calls him over and he's like, "It's an emergency, you have to come over now." And he comes all the way over to his house, and it's really interesting that Aziz Ansari's character goes to his house, and all he wants him to do is set off a domino rally, and like his character Dev isn't even upset that he's wasted this time. He's like, that was an experience. It's like a really positive feeling show.
It's weirdly positive.
Yeah, like everything he goes through, even if it's something that should piss off someone, he's kind of like, that was an experience I've had, I'm going to accept that and see how my life goes from here. Like, he got called over to someone's house to set off a domino rally, and he's not angry about it because he got to see a domino rally go off.
It's that same episode that he has that conflict with the woman who's married.
Yeah.
Yeah, the woman who's married, she's got a kid. Husband thinks they're getting a divorce. The husband realises they are getting a divorce. And he doesn't encourage the divorce.
No.
He doesn't try and sleep with this incredibly attractive woman. Instead, he tries to nurture this relationship back to repair. And it kind of talks about our generation a lot more than I felt like a program ever would. We're not...
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's very short. I want more episodes.
I was expecting more episodes. It felt like it ended too soon. And the woman who played his
Rachel.
girlfriend,
Yeah,
Rachel,
Noelle something.
brilliant. She started in the beginning. She was there. The whole time she was actually in the background.
Yeah.
And the way it brought her back into it, and then...
so he takes the granny...
I love the Chinese episode. Where they keep going to the same General Tao's or General So's. You know, the Chinese restaurant with his parents? He decides to have a relationship with his parents.
That's second episode, where he's with him and his mate taking the parents out.
And his mum's like, I'll just get rice.
Did you think it was going to be like this when he came over from India and whatever? And it shows like a story of him getting... Yeah.
And there's so much strife. And so much struggle. And then he's just like, I don't know what to eat. I don't know where to eat. Tacos.
I love his real dad playing...
I love the fact it's their parents, and their parents are great actors. They're not acting; they're just talking about their actual experiences. Apparently, it's all written around that.
But yeah, it's a really interesting, well-made show. It kind of reminded me a bit of Louis at times, where it's all about you find humour in the pathetic stuff that happens every now and again.
It more reminded me of Louis season 2 than any other season.
Yeah, but a lot of Louis season 2 is about him and his kids, isn't it? It's like
that Christmas episode kills me every time. It's fantastic.
Where his second sister comes to visit, a different sister this time.
No, it's where he's trying to repair the kids' toys. He's crying because he's had to remove the top of the head of a doll and then glue the eye in place. It doesn't blink anymore. Only one eye blinks, so he glues them both. And he just, around 2 o'clock in the morning, he breaks down crying, and it cuts to him successfully getting everything sorted. Yeah, no. The whole series of Louis, it really, you're absolutely, you've hit the nail on the head. It does remind me a lot of that because it's a generational thing. I think it captures a sort of a group of people that are in that situation. It's hard to find what you want to do. Yeah. And he doesn't know. He's a writer some days, a comedian other days, an actor some days. He does voiceover work. And then in the end, he decides something completely out of left field, and it's nurtured.
It's hinted at throughout the whole series.
Yeah, it's nurtured. Like, that's the thing. It's just gentle drops.
Yeah.
He wants to be there.
But I just love that. I love the film he works on.
Yeah.
He gets completely cut out of the film and no one tells him he goes to
the
the premiere.
The gardening advert.
Oh yeah, where he gets...
the taller Asian guy.
Where he talks his way out of the job, basically.
We've got too many women, or too many men, and there's not enough women in this commercial. Oh, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to be the rake guy. Yeah, that rake does look pretty good next to you.
Do we have a bigger rake? It looks like we're selling giant...
Do we have a smaller rake?
Yeah, we look like we're selling giant rakes.
Oh, it's a great series. Really, really good. Really like it.
Yeah, it's got H. John Benjamin in it. Can't go on that.
It does very briefly in the virus movie, the Black Virus movie.
Yeah. Get out of here, Madam President.
I'm the guy who injects himself and then saves the world.
The bit where they're filming the frigging mech fight. It's just like you're just sat on chairs in front of a green screen. And the director's like, this movie's not about words. Which is a reference to, what's his fucking name? The guy who took over directing Island of Dr. Moreau. I can't remember his name.
No, nor can I.
He directed Ronin, but he took over Island of Dr. Moreau. One of the things he says, this film's not about words. It's just... yeah. But yeah, absolutely superb series. Really loved it.
Unbelievable how well it's made.
Yeah, Netflix is on a roll. Other than that freaking, what's that one show they did that was fucking terrible? The one about the two women who their husbands went gay.
Frankie and...
Yeah, terrible series.
Apparently people really like that.
It's awful. Awful series. Like,
but I don't think that's for us.
Yeah, exactly. Probably. But Netflix has been on a roll with that stuff.
No, I think even with Grace and Frankie, I think is that series. I think even with that they've hit the right... It's the Will and Grace generation.
Yeah.
And it's the people that we aren't. We are never going to really...
I didn't like Will and Grace, so maybe that's...
Yeah, maybe that's why. There are people that like Will and Grace that probably love that series, and they probably don't understand Masters of None. And that's...
I need to watch the Netflix Inspector Gadget series, obviously. That's what I need to watch.
The animated
and they've done a series of Danger Mouse.
Yeah, the animated stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But
is it still the same people?
But the freaking Netflix over this last year with Daredevil, BoJack Horseman, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, friggin' Master of None. And these shows, they come about and you watch them all in like 2 days, and then you got to wait a whole friggin' year for another series. Yeah. It's not like with your TV shows where they take 6 months to play out.
Can you imagine if in 2 years' time Netflix are making films for series that have ended? So they make a Community film. They make a film for Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
They make all that stuff. It's a weird time to be alive when it comes to media anyway. When it comes to everything else, it's just a sad and depressing time. But when it comes to media, it's a really interesting time to be alive.
Well, you should review your last thing.
My last thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to just tell everyone what it is?
It's going to be Jessica Jones, let's face it.
It's not going to be Jessica Jones. It's going to be...
because we said we're going to be...
It's going to be The Devil in Miss Jones. It's a porn film about a lady who gets the devil who possesses her, and she makes all kinds of bad mistakes in life. She fucks a bunch of guys. It's really dark. It's really dirty. It's probably one of my most watched porn films. Whoa!
What did you do there?
Nothing. I just spanked myself so hard, the bottle appeared to expand. Pepsi went crazy. No, I am going to review Jessica Jones. Fuck it. I've reviewed 2 things. There you go. Take that. Put that in the bank. Put that in a sock. Swing it and hit a guy with it. It's not soap. It'll leave a mark. You've made a mistake.
Put a brick in a sock.
Full Metal Jacket. Jessica Jones is a fantastic series. Another Marvel hit. We've spoken about this earlier. We've alluded to the fact we enjoyed this series. Much like Daredevil, it's a slightly darker program than things like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I love how R-rated is without ever saying the words fuck or bugger.
It never says fuck or bugger, but it does say shit. It does say rape.
Yeah.
It is the story of Jessica Jones, a lady horribly mentally scarred by a man taking over her body, played by David Tennant.
He abused the shit out of her, controlled her.
He is called the Purple Man, and he used his influence over people. His power. He has a power. He's called Kilgrave, which is his own name. His name was Nigel.
It's called Kevin Thompson.
Kevin Thompson.
Yeah,
his actual
I love that
Kevin
he's
Thompson.
got a really plain name.
So shit, isn't it? Can you imagine?
It's not the original origins from the comic. It's a different
No, it's
character.
not. Alias is completely different. But anyway, in this series, he uses Jessica Jones by his power, which is that he can influence people with the words he says. So if you were to make it so that you couldn't hear him, it wouldn't affect you. But he uses words to control people. He obviously catches people unaware and then says, follow me and shit like that, and just waxes lyrical in their ear. His power lasts about 10 or 12 hours, and he evidently uses this power to influence Jessica Jones for a period of months and months and months. In the Alias comics...
Well, in the comics, when she was Jill, he took over her life. Eventually, he made her go to Avengers Tower and fight the Avengers, and they beat the shit out of her and put her in a coma.
Oh, really?
And that's when she broke out of it and got away from him. But in the comics, Jean Grey put a psychic block on him to stop
it influencing. In this, it's a virus, and she's got more immunity.
They say it's a virus, and it might not say she's got an immunity, but her brain has put a mental block on it, which is why the blood didn't work.
Yeah.
Spoilers. But I'm amazed that Marvel has been one of the few shows these days to have an actual, frank, brutal discussion about abusive relationships. Yeah. That's fucked up that Marvel are doing it.
So, essentially, the story is, and again, we're going to enter spoilers territory. Ant's already mentioned it, so for the next 2 minutes, we're going to talk about spoilers, but Jessica Jones is put under the influence of Kilgrave.
Before the show starts, and she expressly says before the show ends, that he used his influence to rape her. This doesn't happen in the comics, and this is spoilers for the comics as well, so if you want to jump a minute and a half, you've got that now. That stuff happened in the comics.
In the comics, what he actually does is he tells her that he wants her, tells her that she wants him, constantly tells her that, and drives her mad with lust.
He does all sorts
but
of
only
shit.
fucks other people, never fucks her. But he uses his influence to fuck her in the TV program. It's rape. She expressly says it's rape, and he says, how do I know what the difference is between rape and people actually wanting it if what I say they do?
That's because he's fucked up.
Because he's fucking mental. The series is brilliantly done. It's incredibly detailed. They set this up. It's episode by episode. There are scenes where you cringe. There are scenes where you have hope. It's all perfectly balanced.
I think the show's ruined the 12th Doctor's well.
Yeah, it has a little bit.
Because David Tennant is superb in it.
He's fantastic. And this is really weird, and I'm going to just quickly go off of Jessica Jones for a second to say that David Tennant is also in the 4th series of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series, the new one on Netflix,
really?
on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
He plays a robot, and he uses the same mannerisms, and somehow they completely differentiate themselves from Jessica Jones.
It's weird, he can play charming, but if his character's
There's a cadence he uses.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of his voice that he uses that's perfectly adapted to this creepy villain. And then it twists around, and it's an innocent robot that's just fascinated by anything, and it's great. For those of you that hold on for us for the last 2 minutes, welcome back. So Jessica Jones, I would highly rate this series. If you've got Netflix, if you don't have
it's better than
Netflix,
Daredevil was.
I wouldn't say that.
At least it didn't end up with a ridiculous costume that looked really bad.
That's true. The costume in Daredevil looks a lot worse, and there's a lot more realistic expectations of bodies.
In Daredevil, I found Wilson Fisk the most enthralling part of Daredevil, but I'd say in Jessica Jones, both her and the Purple Man were like interesting to an equal degree.
My problem is that the two series, there are different strengths and weaknesses. Jessica Jones, dialogue, yes. And characters, yes. Daredevil, shooting styles to match the story, and also action. And
it's more of an action series, Daredevil.
And Daredevil had better scenes, had better setups.
Oh.
Because Jessica Jones is like,
I like the little subtle moments of humour in Jessica Jones.
Everything that happens in Jessica Jones
the running
is
gag
great.
Of a door being destroyed.
Yeah. Jessica Jones is a fantastic series, and to say that this is better than this or this is better than that, it's like saying, do you prefer toast or bread? It is just, it's a difference of opinion.
White bread or brown bread?
There you go. That's a better
Slice of brown bread for dinner, white bread for pudding. Joke's on them. I like white bread. I like white bread, brown bread. Yeah.
Peep
Show's back.
Peep Show is back, and it's not great. But that's besides the point. That's another review for another time.
Shut up. It's awesome.
We'll have to do like a whole series of Peep Show all at once. I think to match these, because if we don't, it's not going to do it justice. But Jessica Jones, I give it a really, really solid, not quite perfect, but it's very, very solid. Matthew McConaughey during the
only things that bugged me in the series was what's his face Simpson kind of like goes off the rails all of a sudden. Like I know he has the drug thing that they give him, but it kind of like he's in the comics, he's a villain in the comics, but it's kind of like it kind of comes a little bit too much out of nowhere that he would go that obsessive. And also the second series in a row where they've killed a black guy to motivate the lead character. Not every elderly black guy needs to be killed. No, because they kill friggin' Ben Ulrich in Daredevil.
They do.
And then there's the other guy in this series who gets killed by Simpson, the cop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Why is it at roughly the same point in each series?
Roughly the same age as well.
Yeah.
Enough.
Like, they're practically the same character. They're both a guy who knows more stuff than you think. And
It's a weird framing device for Marvel, but I think Luke Cage, the series, is going to be really strong.
I think the best episode of Jessica Jones was Simbin. That episode where they've got Kilgrave locked up in the...
No, second from last.
Nah, Simbin, man.
No, second from last. That fight between Luke Cage and Jessica Jones is incredible.
But Simbin was like... That's directed by John Dahl, that episode. And John Dahl's a director who I will always praise because he did Last Seduction, which is a fucking superb film.
The weird one with the prostitute.
The one where Laura, what's-her-face, is like the femme... It's a noir film from the perspective of the femme fatale.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton's in it.
Yeah, no, I remember it. But yeah, no, Jessica Jones is going to end on a solid... what did I say?
Matthew McConaughey? Matthew
McConaughey during the McConaughey-sons. Yeah, definitely. Marvel are doing some more dangerous stuff. TV, yes. It's not the same as their properties, their film properties, but that stuff is sneaking in. The Russo brothers are in control.
Yeah, they got the Avengers films, haven't
This feels like... Does this not feel like Winter Soldier? Over a longer period of time, this stuff?
Yeah, Winter Soldier was really good.
It's a great film. But anyway, that is Critapocalypse. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us through LV54 Space Monkey on Twitter. If you can't find me through Critapocalypse online through Twitter, we're a fantastic bunch of people to talk to. I want to give a quick shout out to the Naked Podcast. They were great people. We had a nice chat the other day, and they are actually a really interesting podcast. And also, We Hate Movies. You've been keeping me entertained on my morning commutes. And have you got anything to pitch? Anything that you want to recommend for the next 2 weeks?
No.
No? You said Just Cause 3 earlier.
I'm not going to get to play that, am I?
Is there anything you're looking forward to over the next couple of weeks?
I can't afford things.
Well, I can bring it round.
Maybe.
Yeah. Alright, is there anything you're looking forward to over the next 2 weeks?
I'm going to keep looking forward to finding new cats on Neko Atsume.
Are you going to go see the new Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt film?
Fuck no.
It's also got Falcon.
Yeah, not Michael B. Jordan, the other one.
You racist! I'm going to go see Creed with Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. I'm going to go see Creed. Is there anything that you are looking forward to? Come on, there's got to be something drumming up. Come on, is there anything in your head?
No.
Alright, well, that's been Critapocalypse. I absolutely love every one of you. Let's just gently make love into the evening. If you want to rub tips, I'm here. If you don't want to rub tips, then let's rub eye brains. What? Brain grapes?
Mind grapes.
Mind grapes. Let's rub my grapes now.
I love the term mind grapes.
I love the fact that people don't realise we're aliens. Anyway, good night.
Alright, bye.